Welcome back guys to another Disgaea RPG video. We have got a very stacked October coming up, and we know that the first unit's coming out, the new banner is going to be the summer banner. That's going to be Summer Desco and Summer Miva, and then we've got Summer Etna's going to come out as a story event unit, but we're going to start off by looking at probably the best unit, Summer Desco. She is a monster magical unit, and she is stacked. A brilliant unit, and going to be dealing you a lot of damage. So we're going to have a look at everything about her. The stats straight away. Very high intelligence, that's to be expected, but it's very high. Speed's a little slow, but that's fine, gives you a chance to buff her up quite nicely. That's all good there as well. Attribute wise, the only one of note I'm going to say is that wind resistance is -50, so just be slightly wary of that. But we're going to look at her evilities, her skills, and her spells, and to see how really good she is. And if you do enjoy the video guys, please do hit like, and if you are new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. So these evilities, this first one, intelligence plus 16% to all party monster units. You're going to want to put her on a monster team anyway, because a couple of her evilities are monster locked, so she's going to be there. It's quite standard, it's a nice little buff for her, and it goes well with this waterfall NE +1 resistance -15% for all enemies. So not only is she giving you a big intelligence buff, she's also debuffing the enemies quite a lot as well, so there's double bubble, lots of damage going on there. NE +5 Predator preparations at the beginning of the battle. Her initial SP +25. Perfect. That means she can get off her bigger skill moves off quite quickly, and you cannot ask for much more than that. NE +7 March of the Kaiju. When the party is all monster type characters, the damage you do with your special moves plus 55%. This is just like Marjolaine's, except that it is bottlenecked to having a monster team. So it is a lot of damage though, 55%, you're going to notice that, especially on skill moves, especially tied in with those first two abilities as well. That's why I said a lot of damage is coming from Summer Desco. Her skills, final boss arisers, as always. Cheap AoE attack, lowers the enemy's resistance by 3% as well, and that's all the enemies. It's quite good. A nice little additional debuff for the enemy, so it's fine with me. All her skills that are attacking wise are all ice, water based, but it's a beach unit, that's the only reason why. It's slightly restrictive, but for the future, when we have got those attribute shields that the bosses are going to have later on the line, it's going to be quite good for that. Her second skill she gets, Surfing Desco for the whole party, buffing their intelligence, everybody, by up to 40%, starting at 25. So if you like to go a bit more anti-meta and say you have 4 or 5 nice damaging intelligence units on your monster team, this is perfect for that. And if not, when she does eventually get a bit more outdated, she's buffing the next strongest enemy anyway, so that's good as well. Her next skill, the Apex Predator Desco. That's a cool name. That's a cool name for a skill. It's a B to B plus damage, single attack, and what makes this one even better is, like Overlord Asagi, it has that damage calculation with the lower of the enemy's defense or resistance. So usually with an intelligence based team, you go against enemies with high resistance, you're a bit screwed. Here, this completely nullifies that, and it will just take whatever the lower one of their defense resistance is and just smash them with that. It's just a single attack, but it's going to be very good for bosses, very good for raids, all that sort of thing, so very strong damage output. The NE +3 move, Great Ocean, S to S plus damage. Quite expensive, starts at 70, drops down. Another single attack, and it also lowers the enemy's resistance by 12%. That's also very good, just means all future attacks afterwards are going to be even stronger from your intelligence based team. Her magical spells. She gets all the water and ice attacks. A bit unnecessary if you ask me, because she's got all these water skills here. but they're there. We can't do anything about that. Also has resist break and mega resist break. Quite nice to have a good intelligence team. You're probably all going to have units that do have the mega magic boost, and that does top out eventually if you do enough buffs with that. So this is nice having the other end, where if you've got a big enemy that's got strong resistance, you can bring that down as well. So you've already got other units that are raising your intelligence, and she can lower the enemy's resistance, so lots of hard hits. And yes, just looking at them again, these abilities, monstrous, really is. This boosts your intelligence and bring down the enemy's resistance. You can get that Apex Predator Desco move off pretty much on the first or second turn, an SP battery to get off on the first turn, and it's going to hit really hard because it's of the lower of that defense resistance. So really quite scary, and if it is on a full monster team, which you probably will do, I can't see why you wouldn't do, because 2 of her evilities are for monsters, so you would just do it if it's a monster team. 55%. I mean, Marjolein, she's already an S rank damage dealer for intelligence based move. Summer Desco straight up there as well. I would even say with her kit, she's probably going to be hitting harder than Marjolein. Only thing is, at the minute, for the monster magical units, slightly limited compared to what Marjolein's got. Marjolein's got Pure Sicily, Dark Artina, etc, etc. Summer Desco's, off the top of my head, there's a couple of Rasp Barrels. Might be 3 Rasp Barrels. Can't remember if that sporty one was magical monster or not. But there's plenty coming out in the future. And this is the first top tier magical monster unit for me in the game. For me, it's just a shame about its timing. So it's due to come out on the 7th of October. We already know that Guaranteed Pity should be coming out on the 16th. So you would say this is the last banner before Guaranteed Pity. Depending on how Boltrend work, they might decide to put some sort of special pity on here ready, but there has to be a last banner before the pity, and it looks like it's going to be this one. We also know that in October we've got the 7 Deadly Sins collaboration happening, 8 new summonable characters from that, plus an extra story event in Gopher. There's lots of new units to be summoning on, and I'm not sure, unless you're really hyped for the Summer Desco unit, because it is a great unit. I mean, even Meva, or Mava, I think it's Meva how you pronounce it, even she looks a pretty decent unit. Not like a great top damage dealing one, but a great support. It's just a shame of where it's placed. But for me, yeah, Desco, a great unit, and she would definitely need a spot on your magical monster team if that's the sort of build you go for. I mean, you just look at that again. Everything is just perfect for her. Lowering the enemy resistance there, increasing the whole party's intelligence, attacking their weakest attribute, and again lowering the resistance. All these skills on top of her great ability kit as well. Absolutely top tier unit. So if she is for you guys, do summon. I wouldn't worry too much about the pity. It's only 1 banner before. I mean, future units will always be better in the end, and they'll have the pity. But remember, you've got to save quite a lot to get the pity. I'm saying pity, I'll have a lot. But if that's what you're worried about, I wouldn't worry too much. It's only 1 banner, and it is a top banner. She's very good. Just depends how much quartz you got. If you're saving for the sins, you're probably going to miss out on her. If you're not, definitely go for her. But that's my thoughts on Summer Desco, guys. And how good does the little shark fin look on top of there. Looks very cool. A cool little art illustration there as well for you. But that's my thoughts on Summer Desco. If you did enjoy the video, guys, please do hit like. And if you are new to the channel and want to see more, please hit subscribe. Bye.